Yeah. I see that you say it's like being a scientist,
Yeah,
which is I thought was kind of interesting because the approach is almost kind of like, okay, I see this, I'm gonna do some research on it, I'm gonna test it out.
yeah.
Um, I have two questions. So, in that sense of being a scientist, how would you explain your approach to art, and how would you explain your approach to design?
Art is more chaotic.
Mm,
I could do whatever I want.
mm-hmm,
I'm not judging based off anything. It's more natural, more so I'm just going with the flow.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, like everyone will always have a different perception on what I'm drawing or what
Mm-hmm.
I'm painting.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah,
I could even write what the painting is,
yeah.
and you still say it's something else.
Exactly.
So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Design, you dabbling into more functionality.
Mm-hmm.
It's like make me it's like pretty much make me something, right? That's useful,
Mm-hmm.
but then at the same time as making it useful, give it purpose, and then you also get to add like some sprinkle of like flavor in, so that way you say, oh man, like I really like this.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you need to understand like the whole scope with that's what I'm saying. That's why I always bring back like a scientist, because like you understand the scope of everything.
Yeah.
Anyone could take an artwork and then like copy it,
Mm-hmm.
put it on a pillow,
Mm-hmm.
and then say here you go.
Yeah.
But let's say the pillow doesn't have enough fluff inside.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say it doesn't have like, let's say it's just flat.
Mm-hmm.
The colors of the fabric you're using is not bright as you want it to be, so now it's not really identical to the painting that you just copied off of.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's more things, like techniques you get more involved into it
Mm-hmm.
to make sure like the vision is fully out there. So with me, it's like everything I do as Carela, it's about quality.
Okay.
It's not really much about quantity, it's about quality. I want to make sure that the quality that you're receiving of the artwork, the footwear, the home decor is up to a standard that where I'm placing it. So yes, there's tons of research, there's tons of like samples back and forth
Mm-hmm.
for the purposes like when I push it out, it's like I'm 100% like I approve this all around. The functionality, how it fits, how bright the colors are,
Mm-hmm.
what it's supposed to make you feel, I guess, when you enter a room.
Yeah.
All these things is what I'm thinking about in my head when I'm designing anything. So it's like, it's very, for me, I'm just very like, yeah, I will say yes, like I'm being a scientist in a sense, like to that sense.
That's as you were explaining, like I was just thinking every you're like, oh, okay, I needed to look like this, I needed to feel like this, I needed to work like this. And in my mind I was thinking engineer.
Yeah, yeah.
I was thinking in the
Yeah.
engineer, and I was like, this guy is definitely it's more than the testing it. It's almost like you're going through the whole spectrum of the science field in my mind.
Yeah, it definitely is.
And
Definitely
that's-
an engineer. But the reason I say science, I always bring back to science because it's like the anatomy
yeah,
of everything, right? So, for example, it would be like my sneakers, and then it's not just designing a cool sneaker that people just go, oh, like I look at it and say, oh, it's cool. It's more about when you wear it, how does your foot feel?
Mm-hmm.
When you wear it, like is this cushioning? Is this comfortable? Can your foot breathe? Because your foot does sweat when you put on socks.
Mm-hmm.
And and depending on the material that I use, it could feel like this. You assume that, man, maybe it's the sock I'm wearing, that's why my foot's so hot, when it's not that. It's just the shoe has no breathing support. So the sweat, so like your foot can't really breathe, go in and out. That's why we kind of really bring it back to science, because I'm like, if you did not know that, then I could just make a sneaker and it could just be like, an uncomfortable shoe.
Yeah.
And then then you will always keep thinking maybe it's the sock, and it's not. It's just that the shoe's not giving your foot anywhere to breathe. So there's like I said, there's always so much different pieces to this shit. So as an artist and designer, you're kind of like just scoping this world into like
Yeah.
to a new light, but it has to make sense.
Mm-hmm.
you know, we're still in the modern day age, so
Yeah.
this needs to make sense.
Yeah.
And if it's not, or it needs to take me even further.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, that's pretty much like I say. What about that?
That's